Hi, I'm Angela with Changes Recovery Services, and welcome to the third installment where we are talking about recovery. And this installment is about things. We previously talked about people and places, and things can sometimes get a little bit maybe confusing, but actually it can kind of be a bit broad because it can be so many different issues that can sometimes trip us up in recovery. It can be anything that can broaden and be anything. Let's talk about, let's say, for instance, employment or health or our income. Just basically think about anything that can cause stress in our new walk in recovery. It doesn't even have to be new. It can be any time in recovery, because recovery is from the moment that somebody walks out of a rehab or a detox all the way to the last breath somebody takes. But I always try to encourage somebody and try to empower them by saying you can flip the script on that situation. And this is what I mean by that. So for instance, let's say that your employment is the struggle where things are concerned with your people, places, and things. So employment, either a lack thereof, you don't have a job, or the job you have is a real stressor. Either you don't get along with your employer, you're not making enough money, whatever the case may be. So what I mean by flip the script is, well, I'm not making the money that I want now, I'm not in the job I want, what yada yada, or I don't have the job that I want. Okay, well, let's empower you. So where I'm not where I want to be today, but as long as I stay on the path that I want to be on, and I am abstinent, I'm clean and sober, and I have my eye on the prize, and I know where I want to go. So I know that I don't want to be where I am right now. So now I'm motivated to get better and be better. So that can be something to work on. And so it's actually an improvement. So again, let this be a motivator to be better, to be encouraged and empowered. And that can actually be a good thing. So what things do you want? This can be something that maybe this can empower you to do something that you've always wanted to be. Maybe you are creative by nature, and now you are empowered to maybe follow a passion that previously you really didn't have the courage to pursue, and now you do. Or maybe now you feel that perhaps you maybe need to keep the job that you have, at least to some level, for the income, but you are going to start going to school part-time at least, or to go back to school to pursue your passion, because now you realize this is what I really want to do, because this is the beginning of the rest of your life. So again, if your job is your stressor, then let this be your motivator to get where you want to go, because the only way to get from here to there is to make a plan to get there. The same, let's say, with your health. If your health is the thing that is stressing you, is causing the stress, then make the same type of a plan. Flip that script. So if that's the issue, again, make your first bedrock to continue to stay abstinent, to make sure that your health is your bedrock. And so if your health is, let's say you've got some underlying health issues, well, obviously staying sober is going to be a priority as well. But mentally, keeping your mindset healthy, staying positive, staying around the right type of people. That's important. Building that healthy mindset, continuing to take good care of yourself, eating properly, getting the right type of exercise, finding the right and following up with the right medical care, because sometimes people in recovery, we're not the greatest patients in the world, because people that have substance abuse issues are real, 25-minute or less, very impulsive, and like very quick fix type of immediate impulsive type of fixes. And long-term commitments are sometimes not the type of follow-up that people in recovery particularly like to invest in. And so making that investment is important, if that is the thing that is going to require the long-term investment for your health. Those are just two things. Can be any of a number of things. But again, if thing is what we're talking about, and of course it's what our topic is today, a thing can be one of the biggest issues that trip us up. Family is a huge one, because that one sneaks up on us. So if that is the issue, whatever that is going to require, sometimes that again requires an issue of long-term committed therapy, or working with somebody to deal with those traumas and resentments that are long buried, that really need to be dealt with, to make sure that you're healthy, that you deal with those issues. And again, as we kind of wind this up, anybody that's watched my channel would realize that I am really big on holistic mind, body, spirit connection. And I do believe that once we get this mind, body, spirit, internal honoring, getting those things taken care of, then once we take care of this, then we're able to then give back, kind of like a micro macro, give back to on a bigger level. And I think that that's kind of almost how things are almost meant to be. And unfortunately, people who kind of go down the road of addiction, sometimes it starts out because we go down a self-soothing path, because sometimes our needs aren't met in the beginning, and we go down a path of learning to take care of our own needs in a less than healthy way. But it doesn't mean we can't learn better ways of doing things. And I think that learning how nature does things, and then seeing that everything is connected in such a universal, perfect way, and we can give and receive in such a perfect alignment, ultimately is probably how things have been meant to be all along. And ultimately we will get yield and reap far better results. So as we wind up this series for people, places, and things, I hope that you got something beneficial out of this on your recovery walk. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us here at Changes Recovery Services, because we want only the best for you. So I'm Angela here at Changes Recovery Services. Have a wonderful day, week, month, and life.